Hey everyone, my name is Gary. Welcome back to Spirit Tech. What is meditation? Basically, anytime you talk about spirituality, especially practical spirituality, meditation is going to come up. And that's because it's one of the most fundamental spiritual practices. Virtually any spiritual tradition or teaching, or even many religions, have at their foundation a type of meditative practice. And that is because there's no controversy about just how useful it is. You want to achieve enlightenment? You gotta meditate. You want to experience altered states of consciousness? There are many ways to do that, but one of the biggest ones is to meditate. I cannot think of any spiritual teacher off the top of my head that doesn't recommend meditation. Arguably, prayer is a type of meditation, but we're going to come back to that because it's not that simple. But for example, walking in the forest, you don't have to be religious or spiritual, but if you enjoy a nice walk in the forest, well, congratulations! You have a meditation practice, and a really good one at that. So whether you're just starting your spiritual journey, or you're just starting to learn about spirituality, or maybe you are already experienced in a spiritual tradition, you need meditation as a part of your practice. Now, when I say meditation, it actually includes many different techniques and tools. Let's take breathwork, for example. Even though it's a separate category, it does incorporate a lot of meditation. If you want to achieve optimal results with any kind of breathwork practice, you have to be able to be present in the moment and present in your body, feel the reactions, reduce expectations, reduce distractions. All of these things are achieved through meditation. There are lots of types of visualization techniques, which is also a big separate topic, but they all have at their foundation a meditative practice. It's just a visual meditation, but it's still a meditation. And then of course there's a difference between gazing and visualization. And the difference is that gazing is you choose an actual physical object in your environment and then you gaze at that. And visualization is a practice of picturing objects in your mind. Objects or actions, we'll come back to that. There's a lot of relaxation techniques that are based on meditation. There are even reports of certain meditation masters that could meditate for decades at a time, allowing them to live for centuries. But those are not scientifically verified. So let's look at meditation from both the spiritual perspective and a pragmatic, materialistic perspective. As I mentioned before, meditation has been a crucial part of virtually every spiritual tradition or religion on Earth for thousands of years. And it has been used in that way for many purposes. People meditated and still do in order to connect with the divine, or to achieve altered states of consciousness, to explore their inner nature, to develop as a person and ultimately dissolve the ego and transcend human limitations. So if your objective is to connect with the divine mind of the Creator, or to transcend your humanity altogether and explore higher planes of existence, then a meditative practice is certainly something that you should consider and implement on a regular basis. But what if you're someone who doesn't particularly care about those things, and all you want is to achieve your goals, have better memory, mental clarity, enjoy a better quality of sleep, You find yourself being anxious about the future or sad about the past, and you're looking for a way to improve your mental and emotional resilience. Well, meditation has been scientifically proven to show all those benefits. And the really cool part is that you don't even have to meditate all that much to start seeing positive changes. Even 5 to 15 minutes a day is enough. And it's kind of funny because I've been interested in meditation and other spiritual practices for many years now. And when I first started learning about them, there wasn't that much available. It was before YouTube even existed. So I had to find all the information in books. So thank God for the internet and the obscure forums of early 2000s that I was able to find a lot of information. But then when I tried to talk about meditation to my peers, I would get skeptical, giggling reactions, not much serious interest. That only came over time, after some of my friends started to seeing the benefits I was getting, and so they got interested as well. And also they started meeting other people who were practicing meditation. But when I was in my early 20s, I attended a seminar for employment success, if I could phrase it that way. And one of the things we were taught is a meditation practice. There was no spiritual connotation to this workshop whatsoever. And yet meditation, being undeniably practically useful, made its way into the curriculum. So needless to say, I was very surprised and excited about that development. And then over the years, it started becoming more and more mainstream, to the point that now you turn on Netflix and you can actually find meditations by Headspace. When I was thinking of topics for Practical Spirituality series, meditation was the easy pick for the first video because it's undeniably working and it's very easy. Which brings us to the next part. Let's talk about how you can start your meditation practice today. You don't need much when you're just getting started. All you need to start a meditation is a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, somewhere comfortable to sit or lie down, and a period of time that you're able to dedicate comfortably. Which, when you're getting started, it can be just 5 minutes. Even with the busiest schedule, I'm sure you can find that much. If you can't find a quiet enough place, and if you still expect disturbances, like if you have a cat or a dog or both, for example, you can just use some noise cancelling headphones, and you can even listen to either some relaxing meditation music or white noise, which is kind of a neutral frequency, like a TV static or a waterfall sound, which can be very soothing, and it actually does help a lot in achieving the meditative state. And then there's no need to get fancy at the beginning. Even though I listed a few different meditation practices at the beginning of the video, all you really need to do is just sit down or lie down comfortably. Make sure that there's no points of tension in your body, and begin to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then place your attention either on the breath itself, the sensations in your body as it gradually relaxes, or the state of your mind. And one important thing is, don't try to resist your thoughts. Don't make it your goal to force your thoughts to stop completely, because that's just impossible. Your mind is like a pond, and there are fish living in the pond. Those fish are your thoughts. So you can't just forcefully get rid of all the fish in the pond. Instead, your objective is when you're sitting on the side of the proverbial pond and you're looking at the water and the fish comes to the surface, try to not get all of your attention absorbed by that fish. Instead, take note of it and then gently bring your attention back to the surface of the water. And the more you do that, the quieter your mind will become until the surface of the pond is completely still. And the calmer the surface becomes, the more you can see your own reflection in the pond. And that is when you realize yourself as the observer, observing itself, which is a really cool meditative state that you can achieve. But don't make that the purpose of your meditation, because you'll just get more distracted and annoyed. And that'll defeat the purpose of the practice. So release expectations, surrender to the experience, and just calmly observe the surface of the water in the pond of your mind. It's only a matter of surrender, detachment, and focused presence. This is basically all you have to do when you're starting your meditation practice. But in order to see the consistent benefits, you have to make the practice consistent. And so the best way to do that is to set up time for daily meditations. And I know a lot of us are busy these days, but I'm sure you can dedicate 5 minutes a day. And that's all you really need for the beginning. When you feel more comfortable, you can gradually build it up to 10 and then 15 minutes until you get all the way to 30 minutes. And I know some spiritual teachers who meditate for 2 hours a day. I would like to try that sometime and see what it feels like. But you don't really need that, especially if your goal is just more mental clarity, better rest, less anxiety. Then 5, 15, 30 minutes is definitely enough. Or if that sounds too much, 1 minute a day is still enough to begin building your practice and getting comfortable with this routine. The exact term is escaping me right now, but it is an idea that's been discussed in the book called Atomic Habits. And that is, if you want to build a habit, you can start really small, to the point where it's not intimidating at all. Like it might be like even like funny or ridiculous, like 1 minute, 30-second meditation per day. So yeah, like whatever you're comfortable with. Whether it's 30 seconds, 1 minute, 5 minutes. I do recommend 5 minutes because you will start seeing the benefits almost right away. And that will encourage you to continue the practice and even increase the duration. But if it's too much, starting off with 1 minute just to get comfortable with the habit is okay. So, meditation is great for you. There's nothing stopping you from starting the practice right now and potentially changing your life. And if that's not enough, I'm going to do it with you together. So for all my yapping, I don't actually have a consistent meditation practice myself. And it's part of the purpose of this channel is to force myself to start doing stuff that I want to do, but also to introduce you to it and hopefully help you, motivate you as well. So with that in mind, I'm going to start a 30-day meditation challenge for myself, in which I will dedicate 30 minutes a day for meditation, because even though my practice is not consistent, I do have some prior experience. I have enough prior experience to be confident that I can do that. But you don't have to do 30 minutes. So whatever you're comfortable with, let's do it together for the next 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, I will report my progress in a follow-up video, And you can comment your progress down below, or you can even record your video response and send it to me. And by the way, I also have a Discord channel, so the link is down in the description. You can go there and join the discussion about meditation and other topics. And speaking of links in the description, if you want to support my work, you can check out my Etsy store and my website. And you can also follow me on Instagram. I would also greatly appreciate it if you could take a moment to like this video and share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And with that, I wish you the best of luck on your meditation journey, and I'll see you next time.